he's one of the best in the world at this particular thing, where he can make you think he's going one way and end up in another. Javier Chicharito Hernandez. Eagle Eye Football, you may remember Chicharito Hernandez from his time in the Premier League, okay?
A little bit of a goal poacher.
Okay. He's still doing the same
Fox
thing.
in a box, as they like to say.
Is that a thing they say?
No, it is.
Okay. I thought that's... are we catcalling Chicharito? What are we doing?
Hey, it's also the shirt I wore out of the bathroom on my honeymoon.
Okay.
It was bedazzled. She hated it, dude. It was swooshy.
But no, Chicharito, he scored 2 goals for LA Galaxy against...
He's having an incredible season.
It really is. I mean, he scored...
Has Greg Vanny revitalized a player that Real Madrid, Sevilla, Manchester United could not? Didn't he play for another team? Bayer Leverkusen? Bayer Leverkusen.
I mean, what do you mean could
More
not?
like Bayer Leverkusen, dude.
Wow, yeah, it's more like that.
Hold on. I don't know if you know we got a soundboard.
Okay, we don't have a bam, but we do have a... He hit him in the P. Oh, wait, you know what? I think the audio was muted. So you didn't hear it.
It's just us pausing and then you saying it.
Here it is. I wouldn't want to deprive you.
He hit him in the penis.
He hit him in the penis.
I love that you have the sound drop, but you still repeat it anyway.
I'm just saying.
Why not just say it then?
It needs to be echoed.
He's like, and he goes, meh. He played for West Ham.
Right.
Damn.
He did play for West Ham and Chivas, obviously.
Why is the word ham not finished? I guarantee you, originally they didn't name a section or a neighborhood, whatever it's named after just ham. It doesn't make any sense. I know there's a country named
Hampshire.
Turkey, but
is Hampshire?
100%.
Oh, Hampshire.
It's got to be Hampshire, like New Hampshire.
Right.
And it's got to be the Hamptons, you know what I mean?
So the Nitro M said, where'd he hit him?
He hit him in the penis.
He hit him in the
Why do you repeat it?
Okay.
We don't need the drop if you're going to say it.
Okay. Shout out to Chris Whittingham. All right. But Chicharito's having an incredible season so far. So let's how many goals does he have so far? I think 5
I believe
or 6.
he's at 5. No, I believe he's at 5. By the way, so is Carlos Vela, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. What is it? There's a couple of things. I want to talk about both LA teams, but we should talk about some of the teams that are undefeated as well. Because the leading goal scorer in 2022.
Brendan Vasquez, dude.
Yeah, dude. Is it Brendan or Brandon? Is it Brendan Vasquez?
I say it as if it's both,
Brandon.
so I'll never get it wrong.
Really?
Yeah, I say Brandon.
I mean, the spelling is very different.
I hit it with like an EA at Brandon. I swear to God, like our good friend Brendan Sagala, I got no clue how to spell his name. Not one clue, and he gets upset when people do it wrong, I just hit him with the Brendan Sagala. If you say it fast enough, and if you blend the EA together, you're never wrong.
Chicharito has 4 goals, according to MLS, the MLS website. So,
right. But didn't Vasquez get all his goals like in the first 2 games? Was it something like that?
I think he has 2 braces, and then he got one goal in one game. I think that's the case. But Chicharito,
he's back though. There was a period of time where we thought something's wrong with him. He's broken. He cried. He cried on YouTube.
He cried. When you cry on YouTube, it's usually
not good.
It's not rock bottom, but you're getting close.
Yeah. I mean, alone is better than edited after you filmed it. But to his credit, he is someone who is a very emotional guy, and he's proud of it, and we applaud you for that. I'm not. I'm not proud of it or emotional. So you're both. And shouts to you. We're not making fun of you for that. But you did the whole thing. You kind of said you were retiring, even though you didn't say that. Mm-hmm. And then you showed up, and it looked like you done retired. Then again, the tactics were to send you crosses, and you're a short guy who's a fox in the box. You're not Olivier Giroud or Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And GBS was like, I don't care, dude. Just send it in the wings and send him across. Right. And he'll figure it out.
His first... Okay, so first of all, I went 2021.
I'm trying to set the stage for, what kind of a reception he has had so far and what kind of a start he's had to his MLS career.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, Greg Vanny seems to have fixed it.
Okay, yeah, so I think a lot of things happened, right? So after when he arrived during the MLS is back. So it was obviously a weird season. It was difficult for a lot of people. 2020 was a strange year for a lot of players.
Strange for players that have been here before.
Right.
Really strange if you that's your start.
Right. So he didn't have a warm and comfortable welcome into MLS, and that season was weird. And you could probably just scratch it off. 2021, you kind of expected him to be a little bit better.
You could scratch it off.
Oh, anyway.
You don't have a genital wart, buddy. Rip it off, dude. Let it bleed.
But 2021, I thought he would have a stronger season, and really did not. And LA Galaxy and missing the playoffs in the last weekend of the season. And then
we have some incredible questions in the chat, by the way. S27 wants to know, can Tati Castellanos get citizenship by November?
To what country? Mexico?
Yeah, I know. You let us know because it changes. By the way, probably I think a big enough check, and I think
if
you can.
Mori could do it, no reason why Tati
Eric
can't.
Keating also said Brandon, and that's what I say. The EA together, Brandon.
These two said Marlon Brandon Vasquez, which is great. But obviously we'll talk about that game against Portland. There,
oh wait,
right?
OCAB answered us. Ham is from Wikipedia. The name comes from an Old English ham, which means a dry area of land between rivers or marshland. Yeah, but don't you add stuff to the end of it? Like Belleville means beautiful town, unless you've been in Belleville, New Jersey, then you're like complete misnomer.
Everybody's like, Alexis, why are you lying on the internet right
now? They should call this place Taylor Ham is what they should call this. But you add something to the end of it. You don't just say Hamville, Ham, sure.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what your point of contention is right now. Words, organically change over time, and that's part of language.
I always thought it was a nickname for something. That's my point. I'm like, West Ham. Oh, I hope I get to find out what the whole thing is. Imagine the team was called South Ham, and you'd be like, then, right?
Okay. So the 2021 Chicharito didn't have the best season, but then
he drives a hamburger. Shucky ducky quack quack. We are on a comedy stage, and I'm wearing swoosh.
It all worked. But after the 2021 season, if you don't follow Chicharito on Instagram. Please do. You should, because he is a oversharer.
Yeah, he's a media darling.
Yeah,
in his own media world.
No, he has complete control of the narrative.
Yeah. And he's essentially on Entertainment Tonight every night on his social media. It's pretty great.
Chicharito has like a strategy in place. Oh, this damn card thing again. I got to figure this out.
I just use this anyway.
Okay. But he has to figure out, he has a strategy in place on how he wants to present himself, especially after he did that vlog, the whole thing.
Dennis Higgins, shouts to all of our members. He said West Ham Cuckfield.
You got to put the whole thing, otherwise it gets wildly misconstrued.
Come on, you wet bellies. That's a different team.
Wet bellies or white bellies? What?
It's white bellies, but I'm giving it a different nickname.
Got
it.
It
Also fits into the joke.
Got it. Okay.
Come on, you sticky bellies.
So
hamster. Anyway, people are gonna go nuts off ham. You're gonna eventually finish this sentence. I promise you.
So after the 2021 season, Chicharito was sharing a lot about his. I don't know if he got new trainers or he seemed more focused.
He seems like vegan. He is thinner.
Yeah, he is. He just seems in a better headspace. And when in the first game of the season when they won against NYCFC and he scored that goal, it seemed like the beginning of something special, of a special season.
Right. And where was he recently where they booed him as he's walking off the pitch and he said to the camera, I love this.
This was important.
I love this sound.
This was important.
These are all the signs that his confidence is back.
Right. And so at Providence Park, right after the game, he gets 2 goals. He played amazingly. And this is what I believe it was the first goal was the cross, but it might have been I think it might have been the first goal. But he and this is why you made the point about, you're not that tall, you're not like Zlatan, you're not like all these guys, but you always seem to be a poacher, always seem to be in the right position. But there's he dragged the defender into the wrong direction
on Twitter for what he was wearing. Ooh,
you know, Chicharito's always writing on Gossip.
Media takeout. Don't mind if I do.
My favorite writer on there. But he's one of the best in the world at this particular thing, where he can make you think he's going one way and end up in another. Like, I don't know what he must have a great relationship with the fullbacks or the wingers that are sending in these crosses, because Chicharito went near post and the defender was like, all right, well, let me get to near post.
So now I need to be in position. Yeah.
And Chicharito makes a quick move right to the far post and where the ball is. So there's a clear, like, unspoken thing that the wingers know.
Are you suggesting that a forward has rapport with his winger?
No, I'm just saying. But
I mean, that's what you do in training, right?
Right, but it's just
practice.
It's Chicharito does it better than almost anybody else.
I mean, he's had a long career for a reason. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And Eric Keating wants to correct. He said, "Nah, we booed the refs."
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. So he was there. All right. Thank you for the clarification. Because
this is important.
LA Galaxy, and MLS were like, look at this. Look how big a star Chicharito is. He's getting booed by the Timbers fans.
Are you kidding me? If for some reason, Kevin Hart walks by this camera, I will show the clip will be Kevin Hart is a guest on the Cooligans forever. You use what you can. Look, S27 said he does a great job with running on the blind side of the center back who is furthest from the ball. Forwards and center backs should study his movement. And that is an incredible way to put it, because one of the things that I try to look for when you have those players that aren't just running their asses off. And like, I love a Gabriel Martinelli. I love him. But I try to watch with players who are a little bit more slow in their movements, what they do. Some of them ain't doing shit. Okay. But some of them are doing things like this, which is like dragging a defender and then making a quick movement elsewhere, or constantly finding open space so that you're causing the two center backs to have to kind of collapse a little bit, or finding the space in between them, like Crystal Palace players seem to keep doing against Gabriel and Ben White. But those types of movements, I think, are the most impressive, because that's like the instinctual way of playing the sport,
right?
Where I don't have that.
Okay, but Christian Voluminous said, Christian's here talking about practice.
I know, right? Practice.
The other thing I wanted...
Sports hate him because he is good for Mexico and shit for West Ham, says Dennis Higgins. Bro, you got to... It's hard. It's hard to separate both when they beat your nation, but trash on your team.
S27 says Chicharito is the obvious starter for Mexico right now. So we should address this, because...
well, there's a potential that actually might happen.
I don't
Tata Martino said he is a player that is considered an option for us.
Well,
is that enough to send the Mexican fans into a full tailspin? The answer is 100% yes.
But at what point?
Enough that we're talking about it.
At what point does it become, counterproductive to keep him off the team? At what point does it become almost disrespectful to keep him off the team?
Should that even matter?
I'm not saying it matter or not, but we were at the Azteca. We saw how angry Mexican fans were getting with the mediocrity of the Mexican national team, or at the very least, this is how they interpret it. So it's not. Don't take it as me saying that they're mediocre, because I'm terrified of Mexico every time we play them. So don't. But they have had enough. And I think will the outrage be enough from the fans to give Chicharito a call-up? He's playing amazingly right now.
Forget the outrage. If you're Tata Martino, do you bring this guy in? I think all signs point to he should at least get a camp. He should at least get a friendly. See if he's good enough to keep pace with the rest of the Mexican squad, which I believe he is.
Okay.
And then if that's the case, then you have a player that's in top form, that the players, remember how much it meant for, like Julian Araujo, when we did that interview, how much it meant for him to be able to play with Chicharito? Mm-hmm. Just the fact that he gets to play with him on a week-to-week basis still blows his mind. Imagine that for the Mexican national team. Imagine that for the younger players that are in there going into this World Cup. at the very least, maybe he's not your starter, but you have someone there that is a central figure that can give you tips, could give you hints, could be there with you in training. You could see how they prepare. I think at the end of the day, it's almost makes no sense. Now, if he was playing badly in MLS, I'd say he's past it.
Right.
And if he could keep this up at least through this season, give him a rest. Because LA Galaxy ain't winning the thing, right? Give him a rest.
Hold up. Slow down, Alexis.
I said, hot take, bro. It's a hot take. I'm sorry. It's the swoosh talking, my G.